And good morning. It's Thursday. 63 and a fair sky as we start today. Our high to be warmer. 83 is what we're expecting. So nice weather in store for us. Be ready for all of that. Let's see. We got a lot to talk about. A major robbery in Meridian. And yes, can't have a weather alarm going off during that, can we? As we look at what goes on today, a major robbery in Meridian overnight. As we looked at around 10 o'clock last night, we had a major robbery in Meridian. We'll talk to you about that, show you the picture of the guy that's accused of doing this. Oh, that's on the way. Let's glance at radar as we begin this morning. This is what we've got so far as we look at radar. Rain to the north. In the north part of the state, we do have it. So we'll watch this. Not supposed to be in our forecast at all. Sunshine all for our area here. As we glance around, just up here around Memphis, these areas getting those showers. As we look to Chattanooga, a few showers as well. And up the coast there through Columbus, Ohio, a lot of fog as you go through Kansas City. A lot there through Iowa and Omaha as we go across the United States. Still snowing up here in the Dakotas. We got a lot of that in light showers as you go through the Seattle area, Sacramento, California. Doesn't get a lot of rain, but, well, it's getting some this morning. And as we look at that, the great state of Mississippi and Alabama and through Louisiana looks good. Even Texas is pretty good this morning. Well, let's get to what's going on in our area. Good morning from Bassick City. Denise Fulton, good to see you there. From Hickory, we got Miss Flora Overstreet. Nick Dial is up. Denise Wheat. Glad to see Donna Sims joining us from Philadelphia. A few folks there. As we begin today, let's go over and start. We started yesterday morning somewhere around 8:30 with an overturned truck, a dump truck, as a matter of fact. As we go to this, you can find this at sammedia.network. A wreck at I-20 happened. Yep, and this is a Lauderdale County dump truck as you get into this. Overturned. As you'll look at that, pretty good little turnover there. What causes that? Well, the way you turn on a street. Going too fast, it'll rock the load. It eased over on its side. As I reported on that, the guy's second day on the job. Brand new to it. Takes a little time. Day two, turning a truck over usually doesn't look good on you. He's okay. No one was injured in any of this. Glad that's the case. We'll keep you updated on that one. But overturned truck there. Again, no one was hurt. They just kind of slowed traffic for a little while. As we go to Clarke County this morning, the Clarke County Sheriff's Department needing your help. They're looking for questioning of this young man here, Jonathan Whitaker. He's wanted in questioning from the Clarke County Sheriff's Department, and the missing could be driving a 94 stolen pickup truck. Get you a good look there as we pull up his picture there. Jonathan Whitaker. Again, the Sheriff's Department is wanting him for questioning in Clarke County. We'll watch that story closely. Any updates on that, we'll let you know. As we go to shots reported last night, we've had several of those, and let me show you our first one that we had there. We did have shots reported in 15th Street area. That was part of it as we go across here. I was trying to block that out where we could see that. And 14th Avenue area, right down in here. This would be due north to where the hospitals are, back here behind that area there. Now, also had shots reported overnight. Let me pull that up. That would be in the area of 56th Avenue and 5th Street. Also, we had shots reported near 33rd Avenue and 27th Street. Those are the areas that had gunfire last night. As we came across, as I mentioned, one of the worst things that you can do, and let's just go ahead and pull this picture up, is armed robbery with a gun. And this happened Highway 11 South. This is near the airport. As we go here, again, you can find this picture and more. It's sammedia.network. Here's the gentleman done that. This is described as a white male, as you can see. Pretty young fellow there, ball cap on, peach-colored shirt, possibly brown shorts. As he head out the door, he got on I-20, believed to have headed east onto I-20. No one was hurt, but he did use a firearm. This makes it armed robbery and a tougher sentence for him once he's caught. The amount of cash that was taken is not known yet. The important thing is no one was hurt. And if you'll look at that, we pull up the map here. Let's show the picture a little bit better there. Here he is. And then we look at the map just to make sure that you know where he is. The airport is back here. Here's the guard base. It's the Shell station right by the interstate. And then, of course, you would go on up underneath the bridge, Waters International here, the Honda dealership here. And this happened, I believe it was a little bit before 10 p.m. last night. Hopefully he'll be brought to justice as they track down and get more updates on this. Bad situation. But things do happen like this in our town. Thank heavens no one hurt. Something like that could turn into something so much worse so quickly. As we reported early yesterday morning, that's bad when you steal Yogi the bear. You know, Yogi's back. As we go back to the web page there, this was in Pelahatchie. That's not far from Meridian at all. They had video of a person that pulled in, turned around and came back and unbolted old Yogi there and took him with him. Most likely a prank. They say Yogi cost over $10,000. He's been located. I think they know who did it, but there was video footage from it, and the manager of the place is warning that. She even offered a reward for that for the first person that gave her that footage. They're needing that to further press charges on the person that done that. And it is sounding like a prank that got out of hand, without a doubt. That's real close to home there. As we go across, are you looking for a puppy? This is all one of those touching stories there, but if you need one, Meridian Animal Control has exactly what you're looking for. This little fella here is, 8 to 10 weeks old. His name is Tot. If you're looking for a home, need a puppy, he'd sure like to come to your house and hang out. You can find them. Let's see here. You can call him at 485-2325. He's up for adoption. Drop in and visit with them at the shelter at 501 Cooper Avenue. $20, and, you can take him home. He'd certainly appreciate that. I think they got some cats and some more dogs that will need that. As we start looking at things going on in the state of Mississippi, there's always crime, and we go to this as we go up toward the top of the state where we just showed you where the rain was a few moments ago. A Memphis man has been charged in this. Why? Well, he went to Lafayette County, and this is where the crime took place, but he kidnapped somebody from Marshall County. This is just one of those obscure cases to where a man goes into a Dollar General, waited on someone, and kidnapped a mother and her son. He's accused of raping both. This happened. Their hearing is going to be held today. His is. Anthony Sisk is the guy's name. Watch yourself. Things like that, bad things happened. But hopefully he will pay for his crime and spend many, many, many years. He cannot erase what he's done to that mother and child, without a doubt. And again, that happened. He was from Memphis, and it happened in Marshall County, and then he transported him to Lafayette County, where he'd done the act. Several counties involved in that. Gulfport police, I believe they may have found the body of someone that's been missing since March the 23rd. It matches the description of 75-year-old Dorothy Jean Burks. A body was found yesterday. Their investigation to identifying it. So sad when our elderly are found that way. It wasn't that long ago that we had somebody from, Smith County, Kosciuszko, Winston County, and that area is Winston County, that were found later. Sad. We're still looking for the lady from Kemper County that has been missing for quite some time now, since, September of last year. Well, family arguments happen. An uncle claimed that it was self-defense. It turned out a little bit more than that. A Smith County man has been arrested. He's 61. He's accused of killing his 20-year-old nephew. He claimed that it was self-defense. The jury didn't find it that way. And they have sentenced Douglas Kraft, 61 again, of second-degree murder. It happened in July of 18. He's off to jail now. He claims it was self-defense. The jury just didn't see it that way. Also, a Columbia husband has been accused of killing his wife. Things that happen in the state of Mississippi, you just don't realize all this. This happened on Tuesday night around 9:30, around the Columbia area there. 36-year-old man is accused of killing his she's 68-year-old wife. He's in jail now. Happened around 10 o'clock that morning. This will head to investigators as more unravels that. Jackson, Mississippi, as we keep up with it, I think it was, y'all remind me, we talked about this several times. Last year, I think at December 31st, there were right around, 152 155 murders in the capital city. Crime was wild. I think that's where it was. As of yesterday, Jackson, Mississippi is counting their 36th homicide of the year. 36 people. Y'all remember that. Sad. Someone shot nearly every day. A 61-year-old comes in as the 36th person this year. He died after being shot in the head. One crime after another in Jackson. Makes you very leery of being in those areas, doesn't it? We're only human. Wherever you see the most crime, you stay away from. The two women that were in Meridian County that they stopped the car, and this was huge, of what they discovered in 25 kilos of cocaine. They were arrested in Jones County. They've been turned over to the federal authorities because it was so much. They've been transported there. Always something going on in Jones County, a very active area. Sad news is we go north of here and we go up toward Lowndes County in the Columbus, Mississippi area, as two teens were killed in a wreck earlier this week. A 19-year-old and also a 17-year-old young lady that was riding with him from Millport, Alabama. That heartbreaking. The families will have to have some time to get over that. Went over the line. They were driving, head-on collision. Even a city police officer was involved in the wreck. State troopers are investigating it. But at the end of the day, you've got two teenagers who lost their life. Sad. A lot of people will like this. I can remember, and I guess she still does this. My wife was always keyed into this. The Canton Flea Market is returning. Just so you know, May the 12th. If you're big into that, be ready. It will come back again, and you'll be able to go over and spend all day and, well, probably spend lots of money. Y'all with me on that? Let's see here. Tonight, big day in Tennessee as they get ready for an execution in Tennessee. A 72-year-old is set to be executed tonight. As they do this, he's asked for clemency. It's not going to happen. The governor says it will proceed as planned. He's been sitting on death row since 1990. The murder happened in 89. It was his wife at the time and her children from another marriage. He claims he didn't do it. A jury found it different. Tonight, it will all end for him. It's a long time. 32, 33 years, depending on if he was arrested right there in 89 or if it was 90. Long time. Death row. He's the oldest there in Tennessee. The FAA is starting to take the mask mandates off. Do you remember the people that were banned because they wouldn't wear a mask? They will be looked at on an individual base to be able to fly again. And I guess this is like if you get banned from Delta. If you were one of the ones that couldn't fly because you didn't put on your mask or whatever, they will go through on a case-by-case. I think it's around 2,000 people that were banned from flying, Delta Airlines. And other airlines will follow suit on this, but they will review it case-by-case and let those slowly start back to be able to flying again. If you've done something more and caused a scene, that's a different story. But if it was just simply a mask and you didn't cause any trouble, they're going to start letting people fly again. As we see this, y'all remember Omarosa that was in The Apprentice with Trump, and she later went on to actually work for him at the White House. If you remember, the Trump campaign tried to block her from printing a book. Most of the time they side with Trump. They didn't on this one. The campaign has been ordered to pay $1.3 million of her attorney fees to where they tried to block this. $1.3 million. That's a chunk. So a win for Omarosa. Her book made it out, her tell-all. Trump has been into it with Piers Morgan. I think you remember that guy. He at one time was on American television. His ratings were horrible. He's a good story writer. He breaks a lot of stories, and he's the one that walked off the set in the BBC over the Meghan issue there. He did an interview with Trump, and then Piers Morgan tried to claim that Trump storms out. Well, in true Trump fashion, he releases the end of the video. He has his people video whatever goes on, and he released the trail where they shook hands, talked at the end. It's amazing what some reporters will do to make something more, is it dramatic? Is that the word for it? That happened there. Chris Wallace. There was a lot of people that were Kind of glad to see him leave the Fox News network. He is at CNN now. Well, he has his first, we'll call this a scuffle, I guess is what we can call this. You know, Jan, the spokesperson for the White House, the redhead that comes out, and I'd say her name, but I always pronounce it wrong. Psaki, maybe. We'll go with that. They got into an argument over how many times Joe has actually stopped and talked to the press. As you go back on this, I think he quoted 22 times, 28, that he stopped and talked to the press. He said in the same time period, Trump had talked to the press 95 times, and Obama even more than that, 122 times. Then she tried to mix in, well, do you know how many times he stopped and talked to reporters leaving that? Okay, there's no comparison there. I think we all know that. And you think about how many times Trump had stopped and talked to press as he walked away. We all know that Joe hasn't done many press conferences, and when he does, he's given cue cards. I'll give Chris Wallace one thing for standing up to her. He's not my favorite by any means. I don't think he's a bad fella. He's just not my type of reporter, but I'll give him kudos for standing up against her about that. So there you go. We'll give him kudos on that and roll on. Rudy Giuliani, this finally aired this week. Have you ever watched The Masked Singer? Do you know the show that I'm talking about? Where they have someone come out on stage wearing a costume, and they sing, and then you have a panel of judges that have to guess who it is that's celebrity. Well, they had Rudy Giuliani doing it, and it's been talked about for a few months. It hadn't aired, and it finally did. One of the judges stormed off stage because it was Rudy. It's kind of rude, isn't it? I thought so. Whether you like his politics or not, it was a show. Lighten up. That's a few of the headlines from around America today. Maybe you've got a story for us, something you've seen. Always send us your pictures. If you see a wreck, an accident, let us know about it. You can inbox us or you can email me at Scotty Ray. It's pretty easy there, Scotty Ray 1969 at AOL. Well, a lot of this, we'll go deeper into this at 8 o'clock also. I hope you'll come back and join us for that as Candace comes in. What's the weather going to do? Well, that's where we are now. Stay close. We'll do the weather next as this morning begins. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Red, yellow, or orange bell peppers, 2 for $3. Heinz 57 steak sauce, $3.39. A1 steak sauce, $3.89. Bush baked beans, 28-ounce can, 2 for $5. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.89 a pound. And leg quarters, a 10-pound package, only $5.99.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Good morning. 63 right now, headed for a high in the low 80s, 83. We say good morning to Georgia Henson. Morning also, Harv Cleveland. Harvey, how are you doing today? Steve Wine McKinney up. Sandy, glad to see you. Joy Subtle. Joyce Snowden Godwin is up. Larry Smith. Let's see who else we see on the list here today. Caitlin, Miss Caitlin Jones and Rachel. How are you today? Also, Sandra Klein. Did I say that right? Oh, Killen. I almost said that wrong. Sorry about that. Linda Accord. Denise Fulton joins us there from Hickory Floor Overstreet. Bassick City. The Fultons there. Philadelphia. Donna Sims. Glad to see Philadelphia represented this morning also. We look to North Alabama. Linda Culpepper. Pat and Jim Coker over in Hickory. Let's see. Throwback Thursday here. Let's see what we got here. Louisville, Mississippi. Throwback Thursday. 55 degrees there in Louisville. Hope everything is going there. Decoy. Also, Robin Sullivan joins us. A few of the folks there. I'd love to hear from you as well. All right, let's take a look at what the National Weather Service has kind of lined up on some of their forecasts for us.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs and record lows, it was set in the state of Mississippi, and they keep track of this every day for us. Back in 87, we had that warm temperature of 95. Whoa. Back in 1953, a record low of 32 degrees this morning. What a chilly day. It was. As we move forward to take a look at the forecast for today, the Meridian area looks to be 83 to 84 today. As we go north of here, same for Philadelphia. On up toward Louisville, Noxapater, we're going to hit about 83. And by the time you make it to Columbus, 82. Out west, Vicksburg will be one of our warmer spots at 85. Down through Natchez at 84 and on down toward the Brookhaven area as well at 84. We ease across eastward to the Bama state line, and we'll hit 83 there at Livingston, Alabama. On up through Geiger, about the same. A little further east, we go to Demopolis at 82 in Montgomery. Over there, it'll be 81 today. As we come across and we take a look at what lies in store for us, these cool snaps of these mornings here are starting to fade away. As we noticed today, 20 degrees difference than it was yesterday, 63 right now. Yesterday, we were in the 40s. Major difference there. As we see, warmer temperature coming our way from the state of Texas, making its way across, which brings us to our 7-day outlook. And this is what we've got lined up for today as we take a look at this. Expected nice weather, sunshine for the most part. 83, no chances of rain at all today, but it will be gusty. We'll have 20-mile-an-hour gusts whipping back and forth, and again, drying out those muddy yards from all that rain that we had last week. By tomorrow, as we end the week, 84 is what we'll get. Mostly clear sky, only down to 57 tonight, and Friday night we'll get to 56. By Saturday, as it rolls in, it'll be just as pretty as it was on Friday. 0% chance of rain. You'll be able to get out and do what you need to. Still, again, on Saturday, it'll be gusty. Those gusty winds of about 20 miles an hour. And look at this as we get near 90 on Sunday. Not quite 90, but 88 is forecasted at this point. But sunshine. Be a great afternoon to get out after church, enjoy yourself. Now, the rain will roll in on Monday. There's no doubt about that. We'll get a 50% chance of showers. But at least for once, I can tell you, it's just going to be rain. Nothing major, unless they change it. It's just rain is what we know of at this point. By Tuesday, that decreases to a 30% chance of rain, thank heavens. Let's go ahead and look ahead few more days into it. All the way through May the 5th, we'll show that we get back to the mid-80s there. And we're hovering in the 80s as we go into May. We want to stay away from anything above 89, don't we? 80s is kind of perfect for us there, but great weather there. A few chances of rain here and there as you go all the way through May the 5th, but perfect weather, nothing bad in store for us. I kind of like that, so be ready for that. Fishing today, as we go to Chet's Paint and Body to take a look at that. Best times if you want to head out was, happening now, that 5 a.m. era to 7:16 this morning. You can fish to 7:30 and still have a good time. Your second major time will come late this afternoon, right at dark 30, if you're going to be able to hit the water again. Watch the wind. It will be south-southeast today at 5 to 10. Again, those gusts of about 20 miles an hour is what we're expected through this. So nothing horrible, nothing bad. Kind of like that. Again, right now, as you're waking up and just beginning your day, it's 63. And we'll add roughly 20 degrees to that, warmer. So you'll have to turn on your air. You'll start out kind of normal, and then air conditioning before the day is out. Always kind of works that way, doesn't it? Well, that's a quick look of what we've got going on in and around the area. Again, let me go back and show this picture here because hopefully this will be caught. If you're tuning in at the end of this, is we have the suspect from the robbery from last night in Meridian. What did we do with that? Highway 11, here it is. I want to make sure everybody has seen this picture this morning. This was the robbery that occurred last night in the Meridian area there. This is the gentleman right here that's accused of doing that. Highway 11, like you're going to the airport, the Shell station there on the right before 10 o'clock last night, MPD is looking for this gentleman. Did have a gun, got on I-20 and disappeared. Hopefully we'll get an update on that today, and they'll catch him. We don't need people like that amongst us. Somebody will get hurt. Good morning to Chuck Millsaps watching us from, is that Montoon, Illinois? Good ways off there. From Denton, Clarence Westbrook, still watching us from the great state of Texas out there. Hope everything's good in that area for you today. James Sullivan joins us from Carthage. Glad to see you there. Jay Litchfield is up as well. It's going to be a great day. Put a smile on, face it. Maybe we can make a difference. Hope so. I want to say thank you to everybody that is joining us, along with Lisa Fisher. And thank you, and God bless you for making this such a success. I can't do it without y'all and each one of these sponsors that help us buy a few more lights and add on. Hopefully we'll get some more employees added to this before long as well. Make it a little bit bigger for you. Find out more stuff. Yeah, that's in the makings. We'll get that done eventually. Again, thank y'all so much for being a part of this. We'll be back in just about an hour and 4 minutes. Candace is getting the makeup ready. She'll be here. All coming up. Thank y'all so much for being a part of it. And we'll see you soon. The Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: